Hey guys! Okay, so if you're watching this, that means that you are working on your first promotion, which is executive, and that is just super exciting. And so I'm going to start with the executive, and by the time that you're working toward your second promotion, I'm going to have a Ruby video. So I wanted to first off say congratulations, because if you're working on executive, that means that you have already enrolled your first 4 customers and you are commission qualified. So to go over the basics, in order for you to be commission qualified, you need to either have 150 BV in orders directly under you, meaning that customers you've enrolled but haven't moved under somebody else. And we'll get to the moving thing in a minute. But so it's 150 BV, or you're personally running an 80 BV auto shipment, which means you set it up to run each month, and it is at least 80 BV in orders. Whether it's products that you use personally, which I would definitely suggest if you don't run an auto shipment, I would do everything that you can to run an auto shipment, because personally using these products is going to really explode your business more than you even know. And so, and plus, if you're selling something, it's always a good idea for you to be using it too. So now if you have any questions about being commission qualified, let me know. But most of you are. And so the first thing, okay, that's what else I was going to say. I'm trying to make sure that I talk about things in the order that I have them in my brain. So when I say BV, each product has a bonus volume that goes with it. So you can always look at these in eSuite. You can ask me and I can send you a chart of what they are. You'll kind of learn over time what each product has. So like, for example, the wraps are $59 and they are 54 BV. And so you're not going over the dollar amount, you're going over the BV of orders. So when you're focusing on getting commission qualified, you need 150 BV or in orders. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. You can always go into your eSuite and go to the orders tab and look at each product, and it will tell you what the BV is for each one. I believe it has it on the website too, but you can always ask me as well. So the first thing when you're getting ready for your executive promotion is you're going to want to go into eSuite. You're going to want to go to the Documents tab at the very top, and you're going to want to click on, let me see, on Training and Business Building. Under Document Library, you're going to want to go to Training and Business Building. And then once you go to Training and Business Building, you're going to want to find the one that says Charting Sheet Executive Printable Business Building Tool. So that's going to be your chart for your first promotion, executive, and you're going to want to click download, and you're going to want to print that. Okay, so I have one readily available right here, okay, and so you can see what executive looks like. This, it says you at the top, and then it has 2 boxes underneath it, okay, and so there's a good chance you probably already understand what this means, but I'm going over the complete basics for anyone that doesn't. What this means is that you're going to enroll 2 distributors under you. So, say for example, you go and enroll your neighbor. Okay? Your neighbor enrolls as a distributor. Neighbor doesn't have a name. So that's going to be 1 box filled. And then you go and you enroll your coworker as a distributor. Look, you are already charted for your very first promotion. Okay? And then you're going to see so first, we already made sure that you were commission qualified, right? We already made sure you were commission qualified. Oh, this fan. We already made sure you're commission qualified. And then we have your 2 distributors signed up, your neighbor and your coworker. Obviously, this is just an example. It doesn't matter who your 2 distributors are. And then you'll see that under each of the boxes, it says 400 GV. So there's 2 terms, and you might want to write this down. There's BV, like I was just talking about before, which is the points for each product, okay, what we get paid off of. So for example, hair, skin, nails is $33. We get 30 BV. It's different for every product. When you enroll a customer in eSuite, it will tell you in there how much BV that order was after you enroll them. So BV is the points that correlates with the product. Your PBV is going to be the sum of the BV of customers under you. So when I was talking about how you would need 150 PBV, BV, PBV, same thing. When you need 150, those are customers directly under you. That's your PBV. Your GV, which is what we're going to focus on today, your GV includes your PBV and everyone underneath you's PBV. So your PBV is the sum of the BV of all of your customers, if that makes sense. Your GV is going to be the sum of all of the PBVs. So the only reason that PBV and GV are different is if you have distributors under you. So say, for example, your neighbor enrolled a friend as a distributor. Okay, we're not talking about customers right now. We're talking about distributors first. So see, your neighbor enrolled her friend, right? The friend's orders, the friend's customers are going to count toward your neighbors. So to go executive, you need the 2 distributors, and then you need each of these 2 distributors underneath you to be a 400 GV. You see? So what you're doing is our business is based on products. That's how we make money, is through our customers. So you're not going to get paid for enrolling a distributor. You're going to get paid for enrolling distributors and helping them do the same thing you do. So you're enrolling 2 distributors and you're helping them go get their first customers. Okay, and then once they hit their first 4 customers, you're showing them an executive chart. Okay, and that's how your business snowballs. That's how you continue to hit promotions, is teaching other people to do the same thing you are. So you've done it. You're going to be able to show other people how to do it, right? You've enrolled customers. You're going to be able to show other people how to enroll customers. So now here's what I do when I'm hitting a promotion is, say I'm commission qualified. Okay, I ran an 80 BV auto shipment, or I have 150 PBV underneath me. Every time I enroll a customer, I'm going to move them under one of these 2 distributors, okay? So let's say, for example, you have your coworker under you, or distributor 2, you know, whatever their name is. And when you print this out, you're going to want to put their names in here so you can keep track. Okay, so coworker helped 4 people, and for the simplicity of it, I'm just going to say that all 4 of them ordered the same product, which probably is not going to happen. But let's say all 4, they went and got their first 4 customers, which is the very first goal. As soon as you get a distributor started, you want to help them as soon as they sign up, say, okay, our goal is 4 customers. That's what we're going to do right now. And you're going to help them every step of the way, just like your enroller helped you. You're going to tell them exactly what to go send to people. You're going to give them a message. You're going to have them make a hundreds list of 100 people that they could talk to about this business. You're going to have them call all their friends and family, tell them what they're doing, and just talk to people about the products, okay? And they're going to go get their first 4 customers. So let's say, just for the sake of my horrible math skills, the wraps are 54 BV each. So let's say that coworker went and signed her first 4 customers, and they were all for the wraps. Okay? So 54 times 4 is 216. It's gonna make more sense if I do it this way. Sorry. Okay. So coworker has 216 GV. Okay? And your neighbor, let's say she's gotten 2 customers for the hair, skin, nails. Okay? So 30 times 2 is 60. So she has 60 GV. She's still working on her next 2 customers. And then your neighbor, and this might not be the case, okay? This is just to kind of give you 2 examples of what GV is going to look like, okay? So you might just have these 2 customers, and that's fine. I mean, not customers, distributors. You might just have 2 distributors on your team. You might only have 1 distributor on your team, and you're still working on the next. That's totally fine, too. I'm just showing you guys all the different, ways it can look. So I'm, peeking over, making sure. Okay, so your neighbor is still working on getting 2 more customers. She's only signed 2 for the hair, skin, nails. But her friend went and got her first 4 customers of, let's say the cleanse. Okay, so again, the odds of them all being the same are very rare, but the neighbor enrolled her friend as a distributor, and her friend went and got her first 4 customers all for the cleanse. That's 144 GV. Okay? So you can kind of see that's what everybody has enrolled so far. And I will add, if you're not keeping up, you want to stay in touch with your distributors, and you want to know, especially when they're brand new, you want to be keeping up with them, saying, hey, did you add any more potentials today? Have you talked to new people today? Did you get any customers today? Especially when they first start, and congratulating them for those things. You know, getting your first customer is huge, and it might, once you go along for a little while in this business, you're working on executive, and so you might overlook that something in the very beginning is super exciting. So congratulate them for that. Pump them up, But you're also going to want to be keeping track of what they enroll so that for your chart, you know exactly what you need. You always, always, always want to have a chart so that you have a goal. The people that fail in this business don't have a goal. Okay, so you need your goal, you need your chart, you need to know exactly what it has on it, to the order. So say distributor one or neighbor says, oh, I got a customer today, congratulate them, and then ask them what the customer ordered, so that, say for example, neighbor told you that she got a customer. Let's see. Neighbor told you that she got a customer for the wraps. So she did have 60, but now you're going to add 54. Okay? So now she has 114. So congratulate them and then ask them what they ordered. But if not, you can always go into eSuite. You might want to write this down. Go to eSuite, go to the Reports tab, and then go to Tree Viewer. Tree Viewer is a lifesaver. Oh my gosh. And then either click on that person's name or search that person's name in Tree Viewer. Click the little drop down button, go through each customer underneath them and add up the total of the BV for each of those customers. Now, if the distributor places an order, that counts toward their GV too. Okay? So say coworker, she has 216 GV, but she's also placing an 80 GV auto shipment, which a lot of people do. So now all of a sudden, she has 296 GV. Are y'all kind of following me on how I'm doing this? Okay. So you're keeping track. You're keeping this on paper in front of you every single day so you know what your goal is. And that's something to remember is when you're going for a promotion, whether it's executive or Ruby or Diamond or Ambassador Diamond, you need a chart in front of you. You have to have a chart because if you don't know what you need, you're not going to get there. Promotions don't just fall into place, trust me. So, especially, executive, it might fall close, but as you move forward, you're going to need to be able to have this foundation to where you've learned how to chart and you've learned how to keep track of volumes and you're learning how to lead because you're a leader. Whether you have 0 people on your team or you have 2 people on your team or you have 200. If you have 0 people on your team, whether or not you know it, you're learning leadership skills that are going to benefit you and your future team. So back to what I was saying. Okay, so you have your chart. Now we're going to go back to neighbor and we're going to see, okay, so neighbor has 114 GV now, but her friend got those 4 customers, so she has 144. Since GV is the sum of PBV, and I did label that wrong because neighbor would have had 114 PBV because those are the customers directly under her. And friend would have had 144 PBV. Anyway, you get the idea. The friends customers are going to count toward neighbor's customers. So now neighbor has 144 plus her 114. So, okay. So y'all following along? Neighbor now has 258 GV because it's her orders, 114, plus her friends, 144. Coworker has 296 because she had 216 in her customer orders, plus 80 BV from her auto shipment. What you're going to do is because you need each of these 2 distributors at 400 for you to promote executive, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to say, okay, 400 minus 296 for coworker is 104. And you need to know this from the very beginning of the month, okay? You can see coworker now needs 104 GV. And then you're going to do the same thing with neighbor. Neighbor with her PBV and her friend's PBV, their customers combined, which, like I said, you might not have a distributor with a distributor under them, but if you do, their volume counts for them. If not, if they hadn't had this distributor under them, then it would have been 114. But since they did, it's 258. So you're going to say 400 minus 258. So she needs 142. Y'all see that? Okay. So what you're going to do now is you're going to get to work. You're going to quit charting, quit looking at what they're enrolling, and you're going to start enrolling. And you're going to start getting customers. And when you get a customer, since you're already commission qualified, it doesn't do you any good to keep customers under you because you're going for a promotion. So you're going to move those customers under each of these distributors to get them to 400 for your promotion because that's what's going to make you go executive. So say, for example, you go and you sign a customer for, let's say you sign a customer that does the Fat Fighters and ThermoFit, okay? So Fat Fighters are 25 BV and ThermoFit is 39. So that's a 64 BV order, okay? And so you're going to say, okay, you're going to look at your chart and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to move this customer under my coworker. So you can say, so you enrolled a 64 BV order, and so you're going to move them, and I'm going to tell you how to move a customer in a minute. So coworker needed 104, and you just enrolled a 64 BV order, and so you're going to move that order under your coworker to where now your coworker only needs 40 GV to have 400. Okay? Are y'all kind of seeing how this is working? And so you're going to move customers until they are at 400, which means you're going to keep subtracting until both of those numbers are at 0, okay? It's actually pretty simple. It can be a little overwhelming. And then sorry, I should have done this before I got on here. Okay, so you're working and you're moving all of your customers under your executive, right? So that you can get this number down to 0 so that they're at 400 GV each, okay? While you're doing that, say you enroll a distributor. You want to go ahead and have your next promotion chart out. So you're not worrying about it yet, but you have it readily available. So while you're moving customers in your executive chart, as you enroll distributors, you're putting them in your Ruby chart, okay? So as you can see, I said neighbor already has their friend under them. And you still have your coworker right here. You're going to need another 400 spot under you and then another 400 spot under your executive. So what I love about Ruby is all you're doing is you're doing the same thing with these two 400 spots. You're getting 2 people to 400, just like you did on here, right? You're just getting 2 people to 400, helping them enroll customers, and you're showing somebody else how to go executive like you just did. You're just showing people every promotion, you're just showing people how to do what you've already done, okay? And so don't overcomplicate it. Don't stress out about it or anything. Just have fun with it, okay? And stay consistent. Make sure you're talking to people every day. Say, for example, you are ready to go executive. but you don't have a distributor under you yet. You have 0 distributors, but you just got your first 4 customers. What I would do is I would make a list of people that you think would either benefit from this business or be really good at this business, and reach out to them. It does not hurt. It does not hurt. If they're not interested in the business, say, okay, well, would you be interested in trying some products with me? Sorry, I'm trying to put that away. But what gets me distributors is I post about the business. Even from the day that I first started, I get a lot of people saying, you know, like, I just started, like, I don't really have any kind of story. Everybody has a story. Talk about where you've been, talk about where you are, and talk about where you're going. Because that's huge. People that believe in themselves inspire other people to believe in themselves. So post. Know your why. Know exactly why you got started in this business. And I made a video about that. It is on my YouTube if y'all want to look at it. But know why you got started in this business and talk about it all the time. Talk about your goals, okay? When I very first started, I was talking, I'm going Ruby. And, you know, me putting it out there, I think is part of the reason that I did it. Is because I was speaking it into existence. So talk about your goals. Even if they just seem so far-fetched and you feel a little silly, that's awesome. Dream big. Talk about how, you know, 10 years down the road, you want to be, you know, at home with your kids. You want to be able to, like, have their college paid for before, you know, whatever it is. Talk about your goals. Talk about, you know, big or small. Talk about, I don't want to struggle with getting groceries anymore. I don't want to struggle to put gas in my car. I'm over that. And that's why I'm getting it started in this business. Talk about those things because that's what people relate to. And that's what's going to inspire them to want to do the same thing you're doing. So keep in mind as you're focusing on enrolling distributors, keep a mindset of changing lives. And that's something that I think is huge. Don't keep a mindset of building your chart, because then that's all people are going to mean to you is a chart. And you want to develop connections with these people. You want to help them because they're not joining to be a 400 spot on your chart. They're joining to change their life. And so you want to help them do the same things that you want to do. You want to help them with their goals. And so while this might, you know, be one of the first steps, long term, you're going to want to build a very good foundation with them. You're going to want to teach them how to do these things. So if y'all have any other questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful. The main thing right now, you guys, is if you don't have any distributors under you, start posting about the business at least once a day. Make sure you're growing your audience and adding new friends on Facebook and following new people on Instagram every single day so there are people to look at those posts. Make sure that you're following up with people. Anybody that asks you about the business, you guys, put them on a potential distributor list. Make a list. Anybody that asks you about the products need to be on a potential customers list. So yeah, there's no secret sauce. There's no, you know, secret tips, but that's what's awesome about this business. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. You can do it. So just stay consistent with it. Post about the business. Post about the products. I message for products. I start with the product. If they say that they don't have money, then I bring up the business opportunity. But like I said, if you know somebody that you think would be really great at this business, you're doing them a disgrace if you don't bring it up. You really are. And because this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and it's seriously like I've seen it change so many people's lives. And once you realize what you have your hands on, you're going to want to share it with everybody. So, all right, guys, I didn't mean to make this as long as I did, but if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, or comment or message me, whatever you want to do. All right, you guys, have a good night.